You don't fail without doing. And if you're doing, you're trying. And trying is the next step to finding out what fits you in your lifetime. You can try 3 careers and still not feel fit, but you're trying, and you're gonna find that thing that just fits your needs and your liking, and you're gonna excel in it. My name is Alexis Solomon. I'm from Moncton, New Brunswick. I'm currently a Block 3 plumber, and I work with Ermen's Plumbing and Heating. I originally wanted to be a cop. My dad was a correctional officer for 40 plus years in Winnipeg, Manitoba. He started me at home with building decks and sheds and learning life skills from day one, from street marts to school smarts. I didn't do well in middle school and high school. Grades were always a struggle. Learning was a little bit of a challenge for me. I wasn't passionate about what I was learning. It was just subjects teachers are giving you. Strictly softball, that was my whole life. After high school or middle school, it was right to the ball diamonds. It was a very structured and scheduled after school program. But that pretty much gave me my whole career path to go off of, to get to school for free on scholarship. I got to make life skills. I got to make life choices. Definitely softball, though, was my whole life out of school. Ended up when I was in college in Texas for a softball scholarship. I did my kinesiology and my criminology. Hated both of them, so I thought instead of a cop, let's be a gym teacher. Hated that path as well, so I thought let's just get to work and see what my life brings out for me. I mean, you don't know until you try it. I tried it, didn't enjoy it. It was discouraging being the age of 20 years old, not knowing what I really wanted to do, but then talking to others the similar age. Nobody knew what they wanted to do, so it's kind of that point of, do I want to sit in school and learn aimless things, or do I want to go work, make some money, and then figure out as time comes along? And that's kind of the path I took. I worked at La Senza and American Eagle for 10 years, retail management. Once the pandemic hit, I thought this isn't a career path for me. I'm replaceable. I'm at the top of my pay scale. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. So somebody said, why not trades? It was honestly one of my coworkers. Her dad worked as a carpenter and a jack of all trades, and he recommended that I've been good with my hands. I know what I'm doing. I've worked with my dad way too many times in the past for home projects. So I thought, you know what, why not? Let's just take the leap and go for it. I can't work with electrical, scares me to death, but I can work with poop and water, and I love every day of it. Well, for me personally, I went into pre-employment because I went from a retail background. I didn't know a fitting from a hammer to a nail to a screw. So the best thing I did was learn everything from ground up. I had the most fantastic teachers, Bob and Skip, go-to teachers I'd always highly recommend. But they made learning the subject just so much more enjoyable because they shared their experiences, their stories. They didn't make it a read from a module. They made it very enjoyable to learn a new subject. With plumbing, it was quite a change because it was my career opportunity. It was something where the teachers were passionate, made you passionate, and just made you thrive to want to do better in what they love. We're going into your house to fix a problem you didn't know you had in a way you wouldn't understand, so we're here to break it down for you and tell you what we did. I show up to work, I get my job orders. I usually call the customer before I go, give them that little, hey, this is me, I'll be coming to your place. And once I'm there, they'll explain to me what's going on. I'll explain to them what I'll be doing and how I'll be doing it, kind of keep them in the loop of what I'm doing in their home. It's like a Nancy Drew situation. You don't really know what's going on until you're in the mess, and it's just troubleshooting as you go. No shortage of work. Every hour of the day, our phone's going off. We're always answering it. We're always going out. If you're at the shop for more than 15 minutes, that's rare. Well, there's service crew and construction crew, so right there you're doing totally different environments and jobs. There's project estimators, there's project managers, there's inventory crews. The jobs are endless. You're not just stuck doing the same thing over and over. There's more you can grow into. Getting it complete and just telling the customer the good news of what you did, how you did it, fixing a problem they didn't know they had in a way they didn't understand how you fixed it. Oh, 100%. Even for us to figure something out, it's just, woohoo, we got it. It's a really good feeling of when you do complete a problem that the customer had. Every day is something different, and the crew you're with makes a big deal. Enjoying the day with your workers and seeing something new and more challenging every day is very enjoyable. Honestly, the people I've met in my job, going into a man's trade, you're a female going into a plumbing shop, you don't know what to expect, but the people that were there just made every day so enjoyable. Good people, good workers. It's a family. I think the best thing about being a female in a male trade is standing out and proving yourself. That definitely feels great, is you locate a line, you tell them to dig, they don't trust you, and then they dig in the wrong spot, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it one more time for you guys, right here. That's really cool, is just proving your point. One of the challenges is, I guess, having them trust you on your point. So building that trust is a big thing in this environment, and I think gaining that trust is a true reward. There was times I felt like I needed a second job when I first started, but you have the opportunity for extra on-call shifts, extra hours, so right there you're making up what you can't make initially. You do climb pretty fast with plumbing. You stick to your hours, you go to your blocks, you're gonna excel in no time to get that journeyman rate. Open-minded. If you're open to new ideas, opening to learning new concepts, you'll excel. If you're closed-minded, I find that you're not open to learning and you're not opening to discover problems or solutions. Definitely open-minded is the way to be. I think knowing your customer, knowing the person, knowing how to just people in general, so reading the room, reading what they're gonna give to you, you can kind of feed back, and just making it a comfortable environment for everybody to be comfortable with you. Definitely retail helped me excel in my people skills 100%. I mean, I've always been an extrovert outside of home. In home, definitely introvert, but knowing the person and just having that common banter definitely eases any situation you can be in. Slower thinking. Sometimes hands-on isn't the way to work it. Sometimes if you take a step back and logically go through a problem, there's easier ways to finish a task. So just simple thinking. My huskies are my fun. You met one husky Thunder. We recently got another one named Bandit. He's 10 months old. Our other one is 7. They are my hobbies. They are my life. They are my enjoyment. They bring me outdoors every day. I can't be 5 minutes inside without somebody yelling at me to go outside, so we're definitely an outdoor husky family. They're literally my stress relief when I get home, so it's just play with the huskies and have a good day. They are, I can't emphasize this enough, my life, my boys, my pride and joy. I love them so much. My father, he is my A1 since day one. I was raised by both my parents, mom and dad, loving relationship, 30 years plus, but definitely being a lot with my dad. I learned from him, if you can't keep up, catch up. So just keep up with the guys, whatever they're shooting, shoot it back. Just be, like I said, open-minded to the concept of you are in a man's work environment, make it everybody's work environment. Well, originally I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba, brought down into the East Coast in 2018. I met a fella online. He originally lived Ottawa originally. He lived in Dalhousie at the time. I went to go travel to visit him. Wasn't my kind of town or city, so I said, let's go to Moncton. And then we kind of just made Moncton our home. So packed up from Winnipeg, Manitoba and came out east. Honestly, I think the workplace. I love the people I made friends with. I love the company I work for. It's family first, which is very rare to see in a busy industry. Got my weekends totally. It's Monday to Friday. Yes, there's on-call shifts, but it's the give and take. But it's definitely a more scheduled life and comfortable life. But definitely the dogs, the house, the family, and the work. It's okay to fail. It's okay to get lower grades growing up and then find that passion when you're older to really excel in what you can do and what you will do. You don't fail without doing, and if you're doing, you're trying. And trying is the next step to finding out what fits you in your lifetime. You can try 3 careers and still not feel fit, but you're trying, and you're gonna find that thing that just fits your needs and your liking, and you're gonna excel in it. Yeah, it took me 22 years to figure out what I really wanted to do in life, and it took a lot of failing and crying, and we can do this, we're trying, but we got there, I got there, and I love every day of what I do. If I didn't try, I wouldn't have failed, I wouldn't have known, I would have just stayed put in something I was comfortable in, so I needed to step out of that comfortability zone and experience it. My 3 favorite are my handy little quick pick. Any of those tamper-proof shutoffs, this is a good one, or a clean out, we love that. Second one would be my favorite little channies. If you have a valve that's leaking or something to tighten or loosen up, or a clean out to take off, this is my go-to. And my last favorite, my mini adjustables. Any kind of flex lines, supply lines that you have to tighten on or take off, my go-tos. Every job I go into, 80% of the time you can mostly fix it with these 3 tools. This, if I want a little bit more grip, or if I need a little bit more space between something that I'm tightening or loosening. This guy's just great for little nook areas, toilet bolts, supply lines, somewhere where I'm in a little jam. And then this guy, any kind of caps or shutoffs or screws I gotta remove, this is my go-to. Something where you'd see a tamper-proof shutoff, where if you're in schools, sometimes apartments where they don't want tenants shutting off their valve, it's just a little flathead screw that's in there, and we just go in with a flathead, turn it on or off. It's just something that people don't normally carry on them all the time, is a flathead or a screw of sorts.